Just like getting ready for guests coming into your house is a wise idea before you actually have said guest over, it's also a good idea to prepare for the home inspection. We'll review 10 of the things that you want to do before the home inspector arrives to be well prepared and prevent future problems. My name is Andrew Finney, and my passion is helping you make sense of real estate. If you need help finding a top agent near you, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is below. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel now and like this video. Thank you. All right, my friend, let's take a closer look at this. It's pretty interesting to note that some local governments, depending on where you live, actually require a seller to have a home inspection done first, provide that to the buyer, and give the buyer the opportunity to still obtain their own home inspection. Yet in other parts of the country, sellers only provide disclosures in a seller real property disclosure, disclosing to the best of their knowledge anything that they know about that property. Whether you choose the prudent option of having the home pre-inspection done up front or letting the buyer perform their own home inspection at their own cost and simply giving them disclosures, you want to be ready for the home inspection. Here's 10 ways to do that. The first thing you can do is clean your house. And you might be wondering, Andrew, didn't we just do that when we were getting the house ready to go on the market? We got the buyers in there, and now that we have the offer, we got to clean it again? Yes, it's true. Now, it's important to note that a home inspector needs to be able to maneuver around your house to perform the home inspection. If they see your house is a mess, then highly likely they're going to think that you did not perform good home maintenance. If they think that, it goes back to that adage, or at least ways that we had in the Marine Corps, where you see a crack, there is a hole somewhere else, and they'll start investigating even deeper and deeper and deeper, looking for anything that they can find where your home maintenance may not have been up where it should have been. Easiest way to prevent this is to have a clean house. The second thing to do is to be on time for the home inspection. Now, whether you're choosing to stay there or actually leave the premises, it's wise to be ready at the time that the home inspector says. Take for instance, if a home inspector says they'll be at your house at 9 a.m., they may actually arrive around 8:30. This is normally because a home inspector will survey the exterior of the house before going into the house to perform the remainder of the inspection. So they might be there a little bit early. So what could this mean to you? If you have the curtains drawn back and you have your windows open, singing along to your favorite tune, they might see you, and it's not that they're a voyeur or they intended to be a voyeur. It's just that they came by and you happen to be doing your thing and they were trying to do theirs too. So it's important to be ready probably 30 to 45 minutes in advance of the home inspector arriving, just to make sure that doesn't happen to you. The third thing that you want to do is have all the utilities turned on to the property. A home inspector is going to want to check all the electrical, any and all gas that may be in that property, and all the water in the house. So please have all the utilities turned on. This becomes especially important if the house is vacant that you're selling and the home inspection is due to come in. You want to have the utilities on so that they can perform their inspection. What could happen is if the utilities aren't on, they'll have to schedule a re-inspection so they can inspect that everything is working. And if a home inspector has to go out again for a re-inspection, they could charge the buyer additional money, and that buyer might be asking you to pay for it because it wasn't done the first time when they intended it to be. The easiest way to prevent this is simply having the utilities on and keeping everything moving forward and keeping everybody comfortable and confident going through the closing process. The fourth thing you can do is ensure easy access. A home inspector is going to want to check out your water heater. They're going to want to check out your HVAC system. So if you have furnaces in the attic or you have things in the basement, please make sure that you leave an area around those appliances to ensure that they can check it out. If they're able to check it out easier, it's going to be a lot better for you, and at the same time they might need some help knowing where they're supposed to get in the attic. If your only attic access is in the master bedroom closet, who's going to know that but you? So please make sure that you let them know where to access the attic, the basement, and anything else that they need to, and have the areas free of any debris and keep it clear for the ease of the home inspector to perform the home inspection. The fifth thing is to keep your gas pilots lit. Now this becomes really important if you do have gas in your home. A lot of home inspectors won't want to take the liability by turning it on themselves. They'll ask you to have that on. So if you know the pilot's not lit and maybe a gas fireplace or on the water heater, please make sure it's lit so they can perform the inspection. The sixth thing that you want to do is provide easy access to the attic and the garage. I know you might be thinking, Andrew, you know, we're in contract right now, we're here at the house, and we're getting in the process of moving out. We have a ton of storage out in the garage. That's okay. They just need to be able to go out there, make sure that everything's functioning correctly with the garage doors. So if you have a detached garage garage, make sure they have the clickers available, and if it's attached, then they can just use the one that's on the wall. With the attic, you want to make sure they know where all access points are for the attic. Chances are they might have to go up in each of them to be able to access the various areas of your attic. The seventh thing you can do is have the keys ready to go for any electrical boxes and outbuildings that you might have. With the electrical boxes, I don't know about you, maybe you do it too, but I put locks on my electrical panels, especially if it's outside of the actual house. So a lot of people do that too from a point of security. Here's the thing, the home inspector is going to want to be able to look at all the breakers, take a look at the electrical panel, assess it, write their report, and then they're happy to lock it back up. But first, they have to have the key. Likewise, with any outbuildings that you might have, they'll want to be able to go in and inspect that to perform the best possible home inspection for the home buyer. Please have them ready to go. It'll make everybody's life a little easier. The eighth thing you want to do is to trim your landscape. And you might be wondering, okay, curb appeal, landscape, what's all this have to do with a home inspection? Turns out quite a bit, because what the home inspector is going to be looking at is to see if any trees are touching the roof line of the house, and also see if any shrubs are abutted right next to the exterior of the house. What this could cause in a home inspection is an issue with saying, hey, pests could come over from the tree, or the tree is damaging the roof, or that the shrub close to the foundation of the property is now causing foundation damage. All of those things could be a red flag in the mind's eye of a home inspector. Best practice is to simply have everything trimmed back so they can see easy access to the foundation and ensure that there's no trees touching the roof. So trimming back your landscape will help you out and help the home inspector too. The ninth thing that you can do is to provide any repair documents or list of improvements that you may have done since the time you've owned the house. Now you might be wondering, Andrew, why would they need to see the repair documents? Let's think about that for a moment. It's very common that a lot of us have HVAC technicians come out once or twice a year to service our AC and to service our furnace. If a home inspector is able to see that everything's being well maintained and then they test it by turning it on and off, this is a good thing. It's also good that if you have to have a water heater replaced, then they'll be able to look at the receipt and know exactly the age of the water heater to report back to the buyer. Having this information ready to go is extremely wise and extremely smart. With any list of improvements, it'll also let them know and take a look, especially when it comes to electrical, if any of the electrical was changed out, just so they could double check that everything is okay moving forward through the closing process of your house that's about to become the new buyer's home. The 10th thing you want to be ready for is to be away from your house for a while. Now, a lot of home inspections take anywhere between 2 hours and 3 hours for a home inspector to perform. Depending on the size of the home, it may be longer. You may want to ask the home inspector, how long will the home inspection take? If you don't have direct access to the home inspector, it's okay. Simply get with your listing agent to call the buyer agent and ask the buyer agent how long the home inspector needs to be in the house. Please plan on being away for that amount of time to allow the home inspector to do their thing. Yes, up front, you can go ahead and show them where the attic is, easy access to the garage area, let them know where the additional keys are for any of the outbuildings and electrical boxes. But after that, why not leave? Go enjoy a beautiful day, go out to eat, go do whatever you want to do that's fun to you as you let the home inspector go about and do their job. Come back whenever it's time to leave and it'll be really helpful. And if that makes you just a little uneasy, it's okay. Just have your listing agent be there for the home inspection or come at the end of the home inspection to review the report with the home inspector. All right, my friends, so now that you know how to prepare for the home inspection, let's take a closer look at the pros and cons of having a home pre-inspection done prior to going on the market, and also the common repairs that a seller must fix after a home inspection. Looking forward to our next conversation. We'll see you in a few.